Slightly more like that. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to my, daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby, relationship attraction expert, author, speaker, and healthy relationship creator assistant. Helper with getting my clients what they want. That was an interesting way of putting it. And this is number 140 in an ongoing series of talk school messages from the masculine. This is my daily broadcast, by the way. I want to change the tone slightly from the last few, since the ones I did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, this is Thursday, were all about the Me Too conversation. I want to touch into that, but not the way that I've been doing in the past, because I want to bring a fresh perspective to something else that one of my clients brought to me today, and also a realization about something I did myself. So that sounds very contrived, but let me bring it to mind, which I said in the title. By the way, if you haven't seen my broadcast before, this is a daily Facebook Live I do. This is number 140 in an ongoing series. I think 20 or so of the first ones I did were weekly, then the last 120 have been daily. So I get on topic a lot, although I get pulled off sometimes too. So let me just get on topic today and see where this goes. So one of the golden rules of relationship is, as I said, do what you say and say what you do, or say what you're going to do. Because many people don't. Making promises you can't deliver, or should you breaking the promises you think you can't make. Telling somebody lies to get away with stuff, making stuff up. Those are the things we're talking about. So I want to give you some instances from very different perspectives, so perhaps you'll see a resonance in here for yourself. First of all, in my own life, since I put myself first and own up to this first, I've done it a few times in different areas, and I thought initially I was off track with my my email. I actually sent an email to my email audience on yesterday morning, and we're speaking about this experience I've had, particularly when I was sharing through my own Facebook Lives on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday about the Me Too conversation, and how many women I've witnessed. And in fact, even today I was seeing them. Friends of mine who I am so devastated hearing what they've been through, and feel so much ashamed being a man of how other men have treated them. And it's particularly, it's not just women being treated by men this way, because it's been the other way as well. But I want to speak to it just from that perspective for easier languaging. So what I did yesterday is send an email out to my audience, and I spoke about it on Facebook Live yesterday, in fact, that I had this deep upset and feeling about what was going on, and shared some thoughts about it. And also did a quick link to my Facebook Lives from Monday and Tuesday, because they spoke more deeply about this. And I put in, and in the title I said, a private support invitation, I called it. And so I explained what there was at the end of the email. And I thought I was being very clear about it, very transparent, saying, this is what I feel, and for those of you who want some help, I've got a special deal for the next 4 weeks before Thanksgiving, because when you're going for Thanksgiving, you end up facing all those demons sometimes you've forgotten about from your past experiences of sexual hurt and abuse. And for those of you who don't know what the Me Too thing is, and there's anybody left who doesn't know what the Me Too hashtag viral message has been, it's about so many women, particularly, have been through sexual abuse, sexual harassment, being demeaned by men because of their sexual agenda, because of their gender of sexuality, let's put it that way. And so that explains it for those who missed it. And this all came out of basically Harvey Weinstein being outed, and then Alyssa Milano speaking about it on the weekend to promote this hashtag, although it actually came from a black African-American activist from about 5 years ago, I think is where it came from. But anyway, that was where it came through. So this topic's been going all week, as you may have noticed on social media. And so in my email I sent out to my list, I talked about this, about my feelings about it, and my frustration is that I can't, save them all. It wasn't like I wish I could help them in some way. And so I put an invitation at the back end, like just one short paragraph, about offering this gift, this discounted opportunity to work with me, which I thought was clean and kosher. I got an email back later that day. I think it was later that day. It was later that day, from one of my subscribers, who thanked me for my heartfelt response and conversation, but was very upset with me promoting an invitation in my program, no matter how discounted it was, and basically said she was unsubscribing from my emails. And at first I was kind of stunned by that, thinking, what did I do, quotes, wrong? Because I didn't think I did anything wrong, but I was trying to get in her shoes, as it were, and see where she's coming from. And so I reached out to some people and said, what are your thoughts on this? I actually sent an email to her just asking for her feedback to clarify, because I didn't want to just go, oh, bye, see ya. I wanted to be clean, and I wanted to basically follow through and be in integrity, again, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, to really complete that properly, or invite her back in, however she wanted to do that. I actually sent out an email today to my email list as well, just to become transparent, to say, this is what I intended, this is what I wanted to say, let me know what you think. And I got emails back from people saying how much they love what I said, so I feel exonerated if I needed that, but I wanted to just give that out there. So that's one, which is my own experience of this. Two, I'm speaking to a client today about a relationship she's in with a man that she's been with for less than a year, but it's a very rich and authentic and passionate relationship apparently, which I love about it. But she's been discovering some things about him that have been out of alignment with what she had heard from him. I'm not going to get into the story about what it was, because that's private. But the understanding was she's now becoming, I won't say disillusioned, but she's waking up to the understanding that what initially was promised in the things that they seemed to talk about and the feelings she had are not coming to fruition the way she thought. And I'm putting it under the same heading because really what's going on, it feels like, is that she's sensing from him that what he's meaning and what he's saying aren't the same thing. Hi, good to see you here, by the way. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube as a replay, this originally was recorded on Facebook Live, so there are people interacting on Facebook Live, which I respond to, and you might be going, who am I talking to? Now you know. So hi, Micah, good to see you. It's like I have to explain away why I'm saying hi to people who can't be seen on the screen when it's on YouTube. So the realization is in relationships for many people, and I talk about this in my book as well. It's one of the chapters in my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover, plug. That the assumption that, one, we think people know what we're saying when we don't often, and this is one of the challenges, by the way, is that oftentimes we make assumptions that other people can understand what we mean and what we're thinking. That's the other point in a relationship. Suddenly when you're in a relationship, you should be telepathic. Insanity ensues, because there's no way that usually your partner may guess what you want, but 9 times out of 10 ain't going to happen. So to be willing to explain clearly, and yes, it sounds mundane and simplistic, but truth be told, if you say the truth to your partner and are clear about it, there's no misunderstanding. But when you don't have alignment with that, it then can be your partner may not understand what you mean, or worse yet, they may think that you were going to do this and you do that instead, and they're going to, you're not doing what you said you're going to do, and that's a whole upset that comes out of that. So that's number 2. The third one, what's the third one? I had 3 in mind. I think I may have lost it. But let me come back to the topic and just talk about it in general terms, so maybe you can get some value from this. So saying what you mean and meaning what you say is very simple in this sense. For many people out there, there is a forgetfulness that when you're in love, you don't need to tell them everything, that everything's going to be fine. But based on what I was talking to my client and what I've experienced myself, and I think what you've experienced as well, it's oftentimes, oh yes, I know what it is now, I'll come back to it. Oftentimes there's a missed communication and a miscommunication at the same time. There's an opportunity to share the truth and speak about what you want to speak about, and at the same time there's the misunderstanding that what you think the person's going to do, they won't do, and you get upset with them. If you are just clear that what you're going to do is what you say you're going to do, and what you mean is what you really wanted to say, because a lot of times also, sorry, let me finish that thought and come back, I've got like 3 backing up now, then things work out. Now, meaning what you say and saying what you mean also has this level of possibility for people, because as I was speaking to my friend, my client earlier, I mentioned about the 5 love languages. And for those of you who hadn't read the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman, I highly recommend it. I don't get an endorsement for it, I just recommend his book. And the 5 love languages for those who don't know what they are acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, I'm trying to remember what they are, gifts, and acts of service. Is that right? Physical touch, sorry, I did get acts of service twice. Physical touch. So when you're in a relationship with somebody, you may think that what you're telling them is absolutely clear. But if there's somebody who's kinesthetically connected, as in they feel that you connect by love, by touch, unless you touch them physically, they may not connect with what you're saying. oh, I'm giving you a whole teaching here that can blow your mind. By understanding the 5 love languages in any communication you have with, even with business partners, or even with children, or with other adults, is when you understand the other person's love language, you can phrase your communication in words that fit where they come from, and you can underscore your communication with one of the 5 love languages that they understand. That's a whole other explanation I'm not going to give you now, because that's a very big topic. And if you go to the website, I think it's 5lovelanguages.com, you can do your own test and find out what you are. I recommend getting the book. Again, I get no promotion, no benefit from doing this. I'm just saying do it. It's very good stuff. The other part I want to come back to the Me Too, #MeToo conversation. One of the biggest challenges I think that women have faced is that, and this is something I've been aware of quite a lot, and I talked about this before, with the women who've been through this, and many women out there have, and I seriously, my heart goes out to you. I feel for you that you've been abused, hurt, ignored, upset. With the Me Too conversation, for many women, and I read quite a few posts about this, were ashamed to own up to things, especially when they were children, which is it's like the insanity. This really bugs me, that men would actually be sexually advancing on 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds. It's like, it boggles the mind, and it really, it kind of blends between upsetting me and pissing me off, which is kind of the same thing. But the reality is, for many women, is that it happened at a younger age, and particularly as it happened in older years, as teenagers and adults and being in professional arenas, this saying what you mean and meaning what you say comes to play again, because for many women out there, you have been either trained or been afraid to speak up and say things that are the truth for you. So you've almost had to imply or ignore or suppress your need to react, respond, and say something against what happened. As an adult, I'm asking you, inviting you, requesting that you stand up for your rights. And in the posts on Facebook, that's a great starting point, and also on Twitter, everywhere else. The social media posts have been amazing and deeply troubling in a way, but also very rewarding to see women who've stepped forward and moved through that, the other side. And I want to say this part to you as well, ladies, if you're watching this, particularly ladies who've been through this. If you have unspoken agreements, if you have made agreements by not doing anything in certain situations where you're putting up with someone's sexual advance, which is not appropriate, speak your mind. Say the truth. Stand up for yourself. You may not have been able to in the past. You may not have been safe to do that in the past. Maybe it was a job that didn't work. But don't let that old programming keep running you. Stand up for your truth. Speak your truth. And basically, to be blunt, demand respect. Because you deserve it. And any man who does not honor and respect you and is clean in his communication with you by saying what he means and meaning what he says, doesn't deserve your time. Now, there are men who are going to say, oh, great, I'm going to just go and tell her I want to have sex with her. Well, first of all, at least he's being transparent. But two, you can shut him down more easily because, well, I'm not getting into that one. You know what to do in that one. But the recognition is that your transparency of ownership of your space will help the healing happen. Those women who came forward after what happened with Harvey Weinstein are part of that. Same with Bill Cosby. Same with Bill O'Reilly. The list goes on. So many women are coming forth, thankfully, and I trust that the women coming out of integrity and doing against the men who did that to them. It's a chance for them to say what you mean and mean what you say. I didn't plan on tying it in that way, but it came back that way, so that's the way it is. So, to wrap this up, Laurie, thank you. That is so true about being afraid to speak up in childhood creates a situation where you feel terrified to say no as an adult. Yes, Laurie, exactly. This is perhaps, hopefully this will help some people, some women especially, remember they can change their story now. They can speak their truth now. They no longer need to be afraid as they were when they were children. Part of the work I do with my clients is actually heal their memory, help them heal that childhood wound so it's not longer driving their adult life. That's one reason I offer my gift to my email list. I talked about it yesterday on Facebook Live, by the way, if you want to watch it there. But especially with Thanksgiving coming up in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, it's not that far away. Going home for Thanksgiving when you have carried that wound since you were a child of being hurt by an adult who's in that family that you're going back to can be really challenging. So I was inviting those who want to get support. I can reach out to me and I can help them. I was offering a very special coaching opportunity. So anyway, I'm not going to sell it again, not going to promote it. That was covered previously. But thank you for that feedback and response. This is my Facebook Live that I do every day, by the way. This is number 140 in an ongoing series. Yes, 140 of these. I do this every day, speaking on different topics around love and relationships, primarily. Sometimes other things come into the conversation too. You can watch all of these if you want to. They're on my website under barryselby.com, on my video blog page, and you'll see my book under there, which is on the book page, and etc., etc. If you go to YouTube, you can see them there under my playlist of messages from the masculine, which is to inspire the feminine heart, by the way. Those are on my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby, or on my business page, which is also Barry Selby. My social media is all the same to make it easier for you. I'll be back again tomorrow with another topic, but I want to give this one to you to think about, to consider, and to maybe take on for yourself. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Oh, by the way, if you know anybody who should watch this, please share it with them. And secondly, please take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself now so you can take care of other people. You deserve the best. And when you treat yourself with love and respect, you'll get the best. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.